I have a lot of Muslims that are like, oh yeah, that law of Allah and Islam's love and all of that. That's not that's a modern idea. That's a Christian idea. I've even seen some videos of it. They're like, love monger, huh? What are you talking about? That's a Christian idea. And I'm like, my John, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, you know that whole love concept in Islam that was actually considered old school. Yeah, that was sort of the old school idea. Even in the 1100s, when you had the greats like Ibn Arabi, that was considered one of the greatest teachers in Islam, and he essentially spoke about how there are so many ways to Allah, right? That it's not like, oh, one way is the right way. There are infinite ways, and sort of love is the core language of Islam. Love is. Now, that was in the 1100s. He was considered one of the greatest scholars ever. He also had this concept called Wahdat al-Wujud, which is that God is in everything, that we do not exist. So it's not we exist and God exists. No, we don't exist. And if you ever experienced an ego death, hey, randomly, you just experienced an ego death, or if you actually died at some point, you realize, hey, you don't actually exist. So, he was kind of right. Now, you had the 1700s where you had the Wahhabi movement that started, and essentially, they were like, what can we do, to control people as well? So what they did is that they called takfir on people, and they were like, hey, you're kafir, you're kafir, you're kafir. And since you're a kafir, hey, I can take your land. I can take away your land and I can kill you. So essentially, they killed Muslims. Yep, they killed Muslims. They killed Muslims, more and more and more and more and more Muslims. Because essentially, they were like, okay, well, we can control people, not when they are in that state of love. Yeah, have you ever been in that state of love? You can't be controlled that. Have you ever been in love? When you're in love with Allah, you can't be controlled. But when they use fear, then it's easier to control you. When they fear, and even that's why you have that. Plus, you combine the fact that you have the oil money that came behind it, all that oil money in the 20th century, and all of that oil money, combine that with this ideology of, no, fear-based version of Islam, and you combine those two, and you have all of the madrasas and the imams and the sheikhs and the small, everyone just speaking about fear, and hatred and division and all these things. This is a kafir and you're a kafir and everybody kafir and hell. Which is why I think it's pretty cool that Mohammed bin Salman, the king of Saudi Arabia, he's like, yeah, do you know what? I think we should bring it back. Yeah, do you know what, king? I agree, king. He's not even trying to modernize it. He's just like, yeah, I think we should bring it back to our roots.